Hello gamers around the world, I'm Sparacus and welcome to Game Breaking News, the show where I bring you everything important that happened this week in the world of gaming. But before we begin, I'm holding another giveaway. This time you can win Outlast 2. Just follow the link in the description or in the comment section down below. Now, let's start right off with the big news of the week. When it comes out this holiday season, Jumanji 2 will not be about a boring board game, but they will be apparently inside a video game. Amazing! Oh man, that just has to become a great movie. Not only is it a sequel reboot bullshit of a great classic that they want to defile with the new Hollywood bullcrap, I mean, they just keep pushing out of their asses. I'm sure it's gonna be a great movie because how could it not be? I mean, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is in it, like in 60% of all Hollywood movies nowadays. Man, Jumanji 2 will be an instant classic. Guaranteed. Oh man, let's praise the sun that there are actually video games to enjoy because Hollywood is just going to shit. And by the looks of it, we're gonna get some badass 4K hardware from Microsoft to enjoy video games with. Because this week Microsoft had the balls, and seriously it takes some balls, to reveal the specs and capability of their Xbox One Scorpio by letting the hardware be examined by the guys from Digital Foundry, and what they got in their hands was impressive. First, nearly every core electronic part that gives power to the machine is customized for the console. The CPU has 8 cores with 2.3 GHz, the GPU has 40 units at 1172 MHz, that is fast, and it has 12 GB of DDR5 memory, the memory bandwidth is at 326 GB per second, and a terabyte hard drive and a 4K Blu-ray optical drive are built in as well. So, what does that mean, especially in comparison with other consoles? Well, compared to the original Xbox One, the GPU is about 30% more powerful, and the GPU is about 4.5 times more powerful. That bitch is a beauty and a beast combined, and the RAM with its 12 GB is huge. Even though 4 GB are used for the operating system, the other 8 GB are completely available for games. Guys, honestly, I did not think that they would pull it off, but as it looks right now, Microsoft built the console that they promised, and it's an incredible and powerful one. Well, Xbox One. Man, Microsoft apparently did not like that Sony was able to get out a more powerful console out on the market at an affordable price as well. But now they are back with a bang. So with these specs, the Scorpio is definitely more powerful and capable than the PS4 Pro. But even the most impressive hardware won't do you any good if the software isn't properly running on it and tuned to the hardware. That is why the PS3 had, although more powerful, not necessarily better graphics than the 360. And the PS4 is a well-made console with fine-tuned parts, and the developers are already able to program on it, and it just works. It's a good symbiosis here. And we will have to see if the Scorpio will be easy to be programmed for or not. Yet, looking at the customized CPU and customized GPU, I'm pretty sure that Microsoft had a keen eye on making a developer-friendly Scorpio. Also, according to Digital Foundry, Microsoft apparently put a lot of work on making games look better on the Scorpio, regardless of age, including compatible games from the 360 with variable upscaling. So you're always going to be able to enjoy better graphics or frame rate with the Scorpio even if you don't have a 4K TV. Okay, personally I'm still not completely sold that Microsoft will keep its promise that all Xbox One games will be playable on all versions on the Xboxes in the future. Yet I got to admit I'm starting to doubt my skepticism, and maybe Microsoft can pull it through. But there is more, or should I say less, because there's one thing missing in the console: a dedicated Kinect port. Just like on the Xbox One S, there is none. Sure, you can still plug in a Kinect with an adapter that costs extra, but it looks that Microsoft has given up on the Kinect, and I doubt that it is coming back. Maybe in the future with a different and better technology, but not anytime soon. And I don't expect Microsoft to pull out the holodeck or a VR killer hardware on E3, because they will dedicate the show floor to the Scorpio, and then we'll probably also get the final design and also, most importantly, the price of the console, which will probably be $500. But that wasn't all news of the week surrounding Xbox One. First, there are 2 more titles added to the downward compatibility. Second, we have a release date for the Xbox One version of Cities Skylines. It's coming out on the 17th of April. Personally, I love the game, but I do not like strategy games on consoles. It's just too much of a hassle with the controllers, but I wouldn't mind if they find a way to control strategy games and simulation games easier with consoles. And third, there are news about State of Decay 2, one of the very few Microsoft exclusives that we currently know of. So according to the devs, the development is going great, and there will be 3 maps, where each of which will be about the same size as the map on State of Decay 1. So you'll have a big-ass map then, huh? Count me in. I like big-ass maps. I like big asses too, by the way. I guess we will get an amazing Microsoft show this year on E3. Not only because of the Scorpio, but most importantly, I expect Microsoft to reveal new games. Because I think that Microsoft has learned from their mistakes in the past and go back to what's really important in life: video games. So, Sony, your days of offering the most powerful console on the market are numbered. What news did you have for us and the PS4 this week? Let's have a look. We got some Star Wars and Lego games available for the PS Now, the streaming service. And oh yeah, there's an Easter sale for over 500 games on the PS Store. But that's it. Well, I guess the PS4 has pretty comfortable at the moment anyways, and Sony was busy in the previous E3 too. So my guess is that they will leave the E3 mostly to Nintendo and Microsoft, because they got their new hardware right here and ready. And if I can keep guessing, I think that the Scorpio will come out sometime end of October or beginning of November. If Sony would swoop in with some exciting news during the Tokyo Game Show or the Paris Games Week, then well, they could ruin the momentum of the Scorpio that it will have prior to its release. But a new reveal on E3, well, from Sony, I don't expect that, and it also would be actually too much news, and no gamer could probably assess the whole situation. So I just want games, damn it. So let's complete the holy trinity of gaming consoles and look at Nintendo and the Switch. 1 month after the launch of the Switch, we have no news really, at least not directly from Nintendo. So according to a Reddit user, his Switch did bend after overheating in the docking station. Since I haven't found more complaints on the internet about that, this might be a singular case. Or maybe the sun was shining while this console was playing Zelda. That might truly overheat the console beyond what's good for the plastic. Or maybe the Reddit user was just lying. But who knows, maybe Nintendo just used cheap shit here and there on the console. Or have they? So far, we don't exactly know how much the Switch is costing Nintendo to build, but according to Formula Hall, it costs $257 to produce, and they expect 30 million Switches to be sold by the end of 2018. Honestly, the way the news were the last couple of weeks, 30 million seem even like an understatement. But oh man, Nintendo has no time selling consoles because they got a big problem on their hands. Peta, you know, those crazy motherfuckers that get enraged by anything involving animals, except, well, when they involve themselves inside an animal. Anyway, Peta wrote an open letter complaining about 1-2-Switch because there is a game where you can virtually milk a cow. And they complain that the harsh reality of animal treatment is not shown in the game. Oh man, Nintendo, you should release an extra Peta version of the 1-2-Switch. But instead of milking a cow, you just jack off some random guy. The gameplay stays the same, you just have to change the graphics. Oh man, stupid Peta and their marketing and attention-grabbing bullshit. Let's take a short break by looking how the castings went down for Kingdom Come Deliverance.
This will be the finest sword I've ever made.
This is one of the cutscenes for the game, and you can see that in order to make them great, we needed good actors, lots of them. So we did casting in both Prague and London, and we auditioned more than 200 people.
Charcoal you can get most likely at the charcoal burners. There's an old kiln by the creek above the village.
Don't even talk to me about it. He's all done in. I never saw so much blood come out of anyone's anus before.
Last week we had the announcement of Total War Warhammer 2, and not everyone was really happy about that because many hoped for a Total War that goes for historic setting again. Well, good news if you are one of them, because the devs confirmed in a blog post that the next historical Total War is well on its way and the development is going forward. And since, as I explained last week, Warhammer 2 is more like the standalone DLCs of the historical titles, I'm pretty sure Warhammer 2 doesn't really delay the historic game. So yeah, this is happening, and according to earlier interviews, the setting will be a complete new one that wasn't covered by a Total War game before, and I'm looking forward to it. And apparently there's also a new engine coming along with it, so yeah. But I hope that Sega and Creative Assembly finally get their shit together and deliver actual quality, hopefully some capable AI and less money-grabbing bullshit. You know who grabbed some money this week? Well, at least they have the right to grab it. Blizzard Entertainment. They sued bot developer Bossland and they won. Now Bossland has to pay $8.6 million because due to the bots, cheats and hacks developed and sold by Bossland, the multiplayer games of Blizzard are less fun to the majority of honest players, and therefore they are playing their games less. Well, Bossland said that they will not accept the judgment and will continue to the fight. But damn, I hate those stupid hacker bastards that cheat their way through a game. I mean, fuck me, where's the fun in that? And those Bossland assholes even make money out of that. Oh man, what the world has become. Okay, now, how about some good news? Nier Automata has sold over 1 million copies. Hooray! Congratulations. Personally, I did not have the time to play it because there's just so many other games right now, and most of them are even open world games that just take forever to play, but also forever to enjoy. Kickstarter. I'm pretty sure you heard of that site. Launched back in 2009, and by now over 10,000 games were successfully funded with the crowdfunding site. Damn, 10,000 games in 8 years. I guess you can see why I, and most likely you, did not have the time to play Nier Automata. Or have you played Nier, and if so, how is it? If not, what are you playing instead right now? And also, do you have the right hardware? If not, well, maybe you want to buy the newly released Titan XP from Nvidia. Well, they kinda had to, since the 1080 Ti seems to be more powerful than the Titan X anyways, yet it's a lot cheaper. But that's a thing of the past now, and the Titan XP is fucking strong and fucking expensive. The BUI, who is, among other things, also responsible for holding Gamescom, released its yearly report on the video games market, including mobile games, in Germany, one of the 5 most important markets for video games, next to the US, UK, France and Japan. And it is growing like some body part of mine when I see a particular scene in Black Swan involving Mila Kunis and Natalie Portman. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, now, while hardware and peripherals sales went down, software sales, DLCs and virtual goods and subscriptions went up. Overall, the whole German games market had a total value of 2.13 billion in 2016. Compared to that, it was at 1.99 billion in 2015. Speaking of bad sales for peripherals, Mad Catz, a manufacturer for gaming hardware and peripherals, claimed bankruptcy and the whole board of the company stepped down. Let's hope for the sake of the employees that they somehow can still save the company. And now, to sum up the week, let's look at some less important news that nobody really cares about. Mobile games. Dynasty Warriors Unleashed was, unleashed on mobile phones this week and was downloaded over 1 million times within the first 24 hours. Damn, that's impressive. It's free to play, so maybe I should download it and see if it's playable or not. I doubt that because I really don't like controlling an action title on a touchscreen. It's not feeling good. Moving on. King, the developer behind Candy Crush Saga and about 50 billion more Saga-named titles that are all the same, is going to develop a mobile title for the Call of Duty franchise. Well, I guess it was the next logical step to spread like a zombie virus across the population. Speaking of killing idiots that can't pull themselves from their phone, we got some statistics about Pokemon Go. After the groundbreaking 28 million daily users it had at the start, we are now at only 4 million users every day. Well, only is quite a big word because 4 million is still freaking a lot. and the numbers seem to stabilize, so they probably keep releasing content and new Pokemons. Wait a second, how about actual gameplay? Because you cannot really do anything in Pokemon Go, really. And finally, we got news regarding Mass Effect Andromeda. First, there is a new update out with some bug fixes, a more stable game, some improved facial and movement animations, and so on. So you should check out my Let's Play on Mass Effect Andromeda right here on this channel. Anyway, Bioware released a statement where they apologized for the inaccurate representation of transgenders, namely Haley Abrams. Oh man, seriously, this is so much bullshit on all sides. First, we got those idiots who complain that there is a transgender in the game. Second, we have Bioware that just had to complete that checklist to include one transgender in the game. And also the SJWs that complain about those things and get triggered by everything, just like Peta. I guarantee you that they will bring out an overhaul of the whole conversation with Haley, so she won't be giving her dead name to a stranger. That's it. That's the whole thing. And everybody's just getting crazy about it. God damn it. Oh man, as always, it is a pleasure to end the show with something stupid. Thank you for letting me present you the game-breaking news of this week. We have some exciting weeks and a great E3 in about 2 months ahead of us. I'm pretty sure of that. Thanks for watching. Make sure to press the like button down below. Leave your thoughts on this week in games in the comments below and check out my Outlast giveaway. So, I will see you next week with an all-new game-breaking news. See you then.